death penalty. The question is whether it's morally better to hold a person in detention until they die or to execute them, since we already assume their life is forfeit. Well, in capital crimes, our emotions can get the better of us, so let's examine an analogous punishment for a less significant crime. Let's begin by choosing our non-capital crime. Let's go with mugging. It's just heinous enough to stir emotions, but not so heinous that any reasonable person would impose lifelong imprisonment or death as a punishment. Our hypothetical mugging victim describes her assailant to the police, and they go off to find the perp. The police quickly find a suspect based upon our witness's description. Is it the right person? Perhaps, perhaps not. But that's always the case, isn't it? All the same, they detain our subject until they can sort things out. Several things might happen. Perhaps the suspect will be set free, exonerated when the witness clears him in a lineup. Perhaps the suspect will suffer a stroke and die before the lineup can occur. Or perhaps the suspect will be tased by an overly zealous cop, leading to the suspect suffering a fatal heart attack. It's happened before. But what if the witness was confused and the mugger she didn't identify actually was the mugger who had robbed her? He'd simply combed his hair differently and slouched to make himself seem less imposing. In this case, the system let a guilty man go free. Happens every day, even in capital crimes. But if the evidence is too weak to convict, how can society not err on the side of innocence? But what of the suspect who died while in manacles? Was he innocent or guilty? Well, so far as the system knew, he was guilty while they had him, but they'd left open all the legal opportunity for exoneration. That's what a life sentence is, too. So long as the system believes they have the right man, they have a duty to society to imprison him. But the possibility that they have the wrong man always exists. As long as they haven't killed him, he has the opportunity to defend himself. The fact that the human condition is such that we all eventually die is secondary, tertiary even, to this unfortunate necessity. But when the system takes it upon themselves to bring about the premature death of the accused, they've removed the potential for the accused to clear his name. Perhaps the accused is guilty after all. Perhaps not. We never really know. But what we do know is that if we play God, we rob the innocent of the chance to overturn their conviction forever. You can't come back from that.